Yeah, no, we did see that player on the other side of the wall with a heavy sniper, and he's taking advantage of him being focused on the other players rotating into the zone and making a push.
Yeah, and he sees the player is on a campfire, so wants to get the pressure. Also, while the player tries to get a slurp off, I don't think he quite got it. Does own the wall, but the other player now has the ramp in, and this is a kind of a dangerous situation as the player gets sprayed in the back too.
Yeah, he needs to get that final mark on him, otherwise he's going to have his elimination stolen. He does get it and gets the siphon, so now he's sitting at 18 shield. Maybe he'll be able to pick up some more shield on the player. Doesn't look like it, but any tags on him right now might take him down.
Yep, just as Boren is able to tag Ref's guard, the player for VIR able to not quite rotate through there, but somebody else is trying to drop in, try and be a Luke Goblin. We talk about how that can be dangerous. Everyone heading in there. Will Boren be able to clean it up? And it doesn't. No, it was his Elim as it went out. Wham also picked up another player, so getting closer to that top 25. Prisionero also in the lobby as well. The players is that much more valuable. It's one less game from. Oh, as Mongrel goes down outside of the top 25. That is huge from Nolan there. That is a massive elimination. It has such big implications for Mongrel. That's such an inefficient game from him. Only able to pick up a couple of Elims as now Nolan is getting that backside of the circle rotation with just the uncommon tag. And he says, hey, if you're dropping down, I'm taking you all with me. Kick Bellagio, solo your airwalks back to lobby as Nolan takes down 3 players right there. And DRGH, another top 10 player in this lobby, battling for high ground. This is absurd. Inside of top 15, so 5-point placement points for everyone left in the match as DRG picks up another player to get us inside the top 10. He's holding down Ultimate High pretty effectively. You have Orc H on the low ground and then a whole bunch of players on the mid ground tarp as DRG gets another elimination on the burn.
So Prisionero does not see him. Beto's able to get a positioning and a shot off on him. If he's able to clutch this out, that's 50 siphon damage for him.
That would be huge. And Vato is actually able to pick up a mini shield there as Orc H does get ticked out. Prisionero trying to find whatever space he can, but DRG now challenging down. We talked about how when you're on Ultimate High, you can just drop down and decide when to fight, but he only has one more mat left, which means he needs to start working his way down. Luckily, you can see the other players, but we're moving into another mountain, Kitty.
Oh, no. This is not where you want to see DRG's positioning here. He's going to have to utilize his teammates or opponents' builds. Oh, all 3 of them getting rifted. He's not going to be able to use their build to get up. He does manage to get into the rift at the last second.
So everyone has now taken the ref. All the players are up in the air, but they aren't going to be able to lay down. There's no space, so the last rifter is just going to get the high ground.
DRG misses it too.
Land it. The slope there not being enough, and the circle is almost too narrow. Now, how good can you stay in? How calm are your nerves? Who flies the straightest? Hood Icy, can he find the side? Will he opt to dive down? First player lands. Is he going to be able to find it? It's Crimmy Kevin getting the first landing. They're trading out. Icy gets the siphon, but DRG, can he find the shot? He's going to get one. And he finds it! Oh my God! Trade HDRG! That's why you're in the top 10. That's what it's going to take to try and get the qualifying push. Incredibly well executed.
So the interesting thing about Polar Peak is it actually has a very huge disadvantage because it's on an angle, okay? There is no clear, easy way to build up that, and it actually angles towards you instead of away for you like a normal mountain would.
Careful, water falling down because Beehive is directly above him, looking for it as well. Wants to try and get the knock. Beehive is following the waterfall down, and this is one of the huge advantages coming out from the ballers, just being able to drop off the side and say, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about. I'm so glad we have an example of it in this lobby right now.
Placement points as we're getting into the last 2 safe zones.
Yeah, and Cyree's already sitting on that 3 eliminations, picking up another one right now, and another one. Back-to-back eliminations, utilizing that legendary pump. Is make sure that he picks up anything he can during this final rotation.
Yeah, but he also has the bandages and also great edit play. You saw him tracking that player through. Now can he find the second one? He's not in the same box as that player. Then edits out 7 players remaining. Top 5 next placement threshold. Sayri's try and find it. Edit your way out. Does have the heavy sniper if he needs to push through. Gets a 44 pump hit, but cannot find anything more. 6 players left. Nobody wants to be the player who falls next. Right as we say that. No, but Keystan picks up Mistorius right before Sayri's gets explicit, but then Cyrene trades him out. So now Keystan, Ultimate High, Saros and Silence on the low ground, but we do have that Skady and Ice into play. Fighting each other, getting the pressure while Keystan is just raining down shots. Silence trying to skate around and be like, hey, don't shoot me, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm a friendly one. Trying to get up, but then using the footlock to get above. Doesn't quite convert on it right now as if Keystan picking up Soros right away afterwards. Brilliant job, the player from Giants, no problem there. Great job executing from the high ground. 46 players remaining, and we have Benji Fishy sitting on 3 elims, another one of those players who is up towards that top spot. Honestly, a little comfortably in the top 8 the last time we saw him. Welcome, you can see Majin, one of the players also in that top 10, utilizing a stink right here. We are in the finals of the European region as he picks up C-Tox on apparently his ult account. We're in the finals of Europe. We're looking to qualify 8 additional players into the Fortnite World Cup final in New York City.
Atlantis, Majin,
however you want to pronounce it. Let us know which one you prefer, buddy, because at this point you can be called whatever you want as you run through this lobby, pushing yourself into the top 25. You also have Benji Fishy in there as well. So we talk about those leaderboard significant lobbies. What we mean by that, on top of each other.
Yes, and they need to secure this. You never know who's going to come up from the bottom, too. It's not just each other they're facing. It's the 3,000 people, like we said earlier, sitting on 5 eliminations. That is not his. Oh, that is his trap. Thankfully, gets down to 2K, but does get poisoned a little bit. Is going to be ticking for some health, but finds a med kit.
Yeah, finds 2 medkits right now. That poison trap is a 10 damage for 8 ticks, 80 damage total, but because he got the siphon going off, no problem there. As we take a look at this wide view.
Wall break right here. Amazing, amazing. He is on that low ground, though, which some people think of as a disadvantage, but the way that we've seen players play today, it is not a disadvantage. Getting 2 clean shots onto his opponents, and 2 eliminations put him back at 162 health.
And it gets him closer to that top 5, so 7 elims already got 5 placement points as well, so 12 minimum from him there, as Refsguard does pick up another elim on the middle ground. So, and he gets right up there, brilliantly done. So now he's on the 2nd level, Osmo on ultimate low, Refsguard trying to cover as Majin picks up Paco, and we have our top 5. So it's all about eliminations and victory royales now, Kitty. Refsguard, ultimate high, Geber, 1 tart beneath. That's the fight to keep an eye on. Will Geber be able to get clear of that? Osmo does get some bandages off as Majin gets picked up by Osmo, who's ducked out of the storm to try and find some shots. Refsguard and Geber working on Geber, drop down. Can he convert? Yes, Geber does. It's Geber versus Bleak. This is the Geber show. The player from Cooler dropping down. Can he find it?
Yes!
Will he get it? Yes, he does. Geber picks up the elimination.
Elimination!
Ticks down to the storm. Great work from Geber there. No sweat on his back. Had 2 or 3 extra ticks.
So entertaining for us to watch and to cast, and I'm just excited to see what all these guys are capable of. Like Heiko being on that low ground, but getting all his shots on his opponent and getting that elimination.
Yeah, just kind of jump and immediately deploy. You've seen the better players will actually fall as far as they can and then use that momentum as he lines up a great shot. You heard the anticipation coming out, a little bit of the ooh. Zadek taking his time. Exactly, line it up and pow. Headshot. Heiko trying to get ownership of that backside Stormbox, but he's aware of it, challenging, and he picks it up. Starkso goes back to lobby and loses out on all of that goody supply drop loot. So many shields.
Bella EU?
I think it's Belua. I'm not sure there, but I know it is something Polish. I apologize. I do not speak it, but picks up Heiko there again. Just a reminder, this is the European region, and also if we ever mispronounced your name or you want to let us know the correct enunciation, just hit us up as Belua is able to put down great shots on this backside of the circle rotation. Now hanging out in the storm for a second, running low on builds. We're getting closer. Top 20 players left, 19 in the lobby. Gems. Sokka now challenging underneath onto Dorito X. Will Belua be able to find it? Picks up another one on Coco Agent. He's just been running through right now, Kitty.
So clean, really utilizing that silenced SMG on his opponents, picking up a ton of eliminations. And we talked about this earlier, that siphon at this point in the game is so important. You are getting tags from everybody right now. So eliminations are so important on the rotation.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge. And we see now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ballers in play, 16 players left.
Boys?
So 9 players are still not running around with that. Although a great reaction shot, but wasn't the one to actually pick up the elim. One tap landing, turns it around right there. However, he was inside that top 15, so did get the additional 2 points. You have Psy Attack. We saw a little bit of him earlier on that ultimate high ground. Prisionero on the tarp underneath as Illusion was our elim, probably is still our elim, sitting on 7 elims, but getting pressure right away. But
Wow.
Matix, M8 goes down. What a brilliant shot from Illusion to keep himself in. 69 HP. Can he find another siphon? Get himself back up to max. Storm taking himself back out, trying to find the shots. 29, not ticking in the Storm now, trying to get a second to reset. Does have a campfire, does have some minis, sees that there are ballers there as well. Looking for another player, and he finds it, but no, Kristen punishes him back out. So now we have Side Attack and Sokka battling up on the high ground. Brian, Gems, Kristen, and Low One on low ground. Prisonero actually drops down. Prisonero picks up Gems on the low ground. Sokka and Side Attack battling it out on the high ground. You have Low One in the bottom left hand. Brian still hanging out in the baller, utilizing the extra 175 HP shield. He has Kristen, has a little bit of a baller there too. Launchpad going up, trying to take the high ground from Brian, but you now have Prisonero running in on the middle ground tarp. Will he be able to find it? Low ground looking at the shots on it. Prisonero picks up the elim onto Kristen. Now you have Brian gliding down. Keep your eye on the top right and bottom right. These are the two players who need to work their way down to challenge Prisonero. Will he be able to find it? Prisonero gets a great shot on him there, but can he quite pick it up? Needs to get the siphon, does, but now he has to reset because Brian, no, Prisonero has that slight, no, Prisonero's out, I lied. Low One has the slight health advantage, now he's gonna duck out, look to find the angle. Brian should just be able to stay with the Storm. Launchpad up, but there's nothing left from him. I'm not Low One. That was an interesting decision there, buddy. Brian, I'm not sure how well you were able to do that, but the fact that you basically were able to win, who those first 8 players are, and oh my!
What?
Look at that list. What a fantastic. We got E11 Stompy in the first place. We heard about him. We saw that huge elimination game. Team Queso's Prisonero up there as well. Benji Fishy, I know you know a lot about him, Kitty.
I love Benji Fish. He's such a great player, and these guys are taking home that prize pool on the side for this weekend, but qualified for the World Cup.
Absolutely huge. Joining those other 2 players, we also have the Helsinki Reds players, Belayu in there, as well as Gambit's Letwix in there, Nate up there. We saw him going through, Diego GB grinding it out, and then also got to give a huge shout out to Train HDRG. So if you're checking the live standings in game, the actual scoring going through, there was actually a 3-way tie in the 8th place mark. DRG getting the rift play that Bala broke down, had the advantage in the tiebreakers, won 2 matches, the 2 victory royales being enough to put him ahead of Airwalks and Keysam, 2 massive players. That was the difference of qualifying or not in going through. And I mean, we talked about it, the